It was Talking Tom's first day back at school after the holidays. He woke up early, feeling both excited and slightly nervous. After thinking for a moment about what to wear, Talking Tom chose his favorite red t-shirt with a big white smiley face on it. The bright color made him feel brave, and the smiley face seemed like a promise that the day would go well. With his backpack over his shoulder and the red t-shirt standing out cheerfully, Talking Tom hurried to school. The corridors were already loud and busy. Locker doors slammed, students called out to each other, and papers rustled everywhere. Talking Tom held his printed schedule in his paw, but barely glanced at it. He was sure he remembered everything. The first lesson was drama. He confidently turned left, walked straight ahead, and pushed open a classroom door. Talking Tom stepped inside and sat at an empty desk. The room felt unusually quiet. No one was laughing or practicing lines. The students were sitting very straight with thick notebooks open in front of them. Numbers were written neatly across the board. Talking Tom hesitated for a second but convinced himself that this must be some kind of serious warm-up exercise. He adjusted his red t-shirt and sat up tall. When the teacher began writing a long formula filled with brackets and exponents, Talking Tom blinked. The formula stretched across half the board and looked very complicated. It definitely did not look like drama. Still, Talking Tom raised his paw. Since he was already there, he decided to act confident. When the teacher called on him, Talking Tom explained the equation as if it were a dramatic story. He spoke about tension building inside the brackets and about the exponents showing emotional growth. A few students tried not to laugh. After several minutes, it became clear that this was advanced mathematics for older students. Talking Tom slowly realized he had walked into the wrong classroom on the very first day. Across the aisle sat Angela. She had noticed his bright red t-shirt with the white smiley face as soon as he walked in, and she quickly understood that he did not belong to their class. That morning, Angela had carefully checked the classroom lists and knew who was supposed to be there. When the bell rang, Angela walked over to Talking Tom. Without teasing him, she quietly pointed out that the drama classroom was in a different part of the building. Angela offered to show him the way. Talking Tom felt embarrassed, but Angela's calm attitude made everything easier. They walked through the corridor together, passing groups of students and rows of lockers. By the time they reached the correct classroom, Talking Tom was already smiling again. Later, during the long break, Angela approached Talking Tom in the cafeteria and invited him to sit at her table. Talking Tom carried his tray over and joined her and her friends. At first he was quiet, but Angela included him in the conversation, and soon everyone was laughing. After school, Angela suggested spending some time at the playground near the school instead of going straight home. Talking Tom agreed. On the playground, Talking Tom and Angela took turns on the swings and joined a group of students playing tag. The afternoon sun felt warm, and Talking Tom had completely forgotten about his morning mistake. Later, they bought ice cream from a small stand nearby. Talking Tom chose chocolate and Angela chose strawberry. They sat on a bench, enjoying their ice cream and talking about the long formula that had filled the board that morning. By the time the sun began to lower, Talking Tom realized that walking into the wrong classroom had turned into something good. If he had not made that small mistake in his red t-shirt with the white smiley face, he might never have met Angela. And so, the Thursday of school became the beginning of a new friendship.